Well, hey there. Welcome to Haiku Friday, July 24th, 2020. A long time ago, I promised you all better production values and, a more professional Haiku Friday. And, I, I'm beginning to think that's not ever going to happen. If you scroll back to the beginning of Haiku Friday, you'll notice there have been a lot of changes, and probably in some ways it's degraded. Haiku Friday, I used to wear occasionally. I had a shaved head, and I would wear a suit and tie for Haiku Friday, and I took my Haiku Friday a lot more seriously back then, wearing a suit and tie. Some big changes in the last 5 or 6 years I've been doing this, but there's times where I played the bongos to people's haikus. There's times where I did I have done still occasional on location ones, but I guess last week I was actually camping and did that one. But all to say, I'm afraid this might be as good as it gets, which I guess I should just apologize. Okay, and now that I've basically lowered everyone's expectations, how about some haikus? Here we go. First one is from a first-time haikuist to the old haiku barn, I believe. And I thought about doing maybe a Trump impersonation for this because it's about Donald Trump. And I used to do like a Trump impersonation like this. This was sort of my Trump impersonation. But I kind of have been going more towards the Stephen Colbert kind of one where, I don't know, how does he do it? He's like, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm just going to do something here for this one because Steve says this haiku is dedicated to a very stable genius. And it uses a quote from Trump just recently. Person, woman, don't tell me, man, camera, TV, suck that, Joe. Well, that wasn't great. That wasn't a great impression. That was a great haiku. And perhaps I dishonored it, maybe. Yes, send your haikus to Haiku Friday, or I will dishonor them. That could be my new slogan. Thanks, Steve. Keep the hits coming. Now things get decidedly dark on these haikus, I think. Okay, first one's from Rico-san, and I had to look up something on this because I thought it was a word he made up. But let's go ahead and let's explore this haiku. Let's tear it apart here. Awaiting your turn, a fitting for necropants, time to make a deal. Necropants. I was thinking of sycophants, but I looked up necropants, and that really is a thing. Would you like to know what necropants are? Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you. You can look these up yourself. Apparently, necropants were part of Icelandic folklore, where if a person were to make pants out of a dead person's skin, hence necropants. By wearing these pants, it would bring them good luck. This is from Iceland. Yeah. Okay, I told you things were going to get dark. But anyhow, I'm going to turn off. I always forget to turn off my sound on this. But anyways, that was Rico-san's, and it's good to see necropants in a sentence. That would be better than Necco pants, like pants made out of Necco candy wafers, right? I mean, which would you rather wear, Necro pants or Necco pants? Maybe you have one leg neck goes, one leg neck grows. I don't know. Okay, now Steen was a little, Steen is having a good life and is on the front lines. And so I said, hey, I don't have a haiku from Steen yet. What's the deal? So I got a hold of him, and he writes these things just like they just roll off of Steen. So within about 5 minutes, I had these 2 haikus. Here we go. From Steen. Okay, here we go. Another coup on the fly. Life gets in the way. Yeah, life does get in the way, huh, Steen? Yep. I'm retired now, so this is all I have to live for. Thank you, Steen, for your service. And speaking of service, here's another one from Steen. And again, kind of dark. Double yolks portend fertility in China and death in Norway. Oh my gosh. Double yolks portend fertility in China and death in Norway. If I had a pair of necro pants, I'd be wearing them right now, reciting that poem just over and over and over. Okay. Thanks, Steen. Thanks a lot. You and Rico-san making the mysterious happen. Okay. Hey, what do you know? One from me. As always, closing it off. Now, I'm about as bad as Steen is. Very seldom do I spend the week thinking about my haikus. I kind of, Friday morning rolls around and I write one, which, to tell you the truth, you all could do that. You could just, Friday morning, just sit down and say, I'm going to put 5 syllables and then 7 syllables and 5 syllables on a sheet of paper, and I'm going to send it into Haiku Friday. And Maeve's going to read it. And Maeve may dishonor it, because that's what we do at Haiku Friday. We dishonor haikus. Yeah, so you could just do that if you wanted to. No pressure here. I don't believe in pressure anymore. I live a pressureless life right now. Okay, so thank you, Steen. And here's mine. The ground bakes quiet while magma roils deep toward November's crisis. Yep. Is there going to be a crisis this November? I kind of think there is. It's funny. Let's turn the lights down a bit. I had a person ask me on a thread on Facebook what would I do if Trump won the election, and what would I do if Trump lost? Now, this person is so pro-Trump, and I get it. I get that they're in so deep now. If you've stuck with this guy through all of this, you're in deep. It's going to be hard for you not to extricate yourself from this. And one of the things that you face the reckoning is when he leaves office and the shit really hits the fan, and we find out a lot of the things we couldn't find out. It's going to be really bad. But anyways, back to his question. I said, well, if he wins, I will continue to do what I do. And I have to admit, it's energized me that he's won. And the people who are racist are very comfortable telling you they're racist now. And people who are assholes no longer have to hide their assholeness, which is kind of cool in a way. It's good to know that they're out there, right? So I said that. And then to what if he loses, what would I do? I said that if he lost, then I would make sure that Biden really followed through on a progressive agenda. I wouldn't just sit back and defend him. But then I said, I've got a question for you. What will you do if Trump loses and he refuses to leave office? What would you do then? He didn't answer my question. And then later on, he refers to something in my answer back to the email. He's mad about something else that I've written. And I said, you know, you never answered my question. You never answered my question. What would you do? And again, he didn't answer. So we went like 3 times. I asked him, what would you do? What would you say if Trump lost the election but wouldn't leave office? And he refuses to say what he would do. Now, he was a big gun guy, big conspiracy guy. Everything that's not fascist is communist to him. So I think that if Trump decides to not leave office and violate the Constitution and all the other things that these folks supposedly are for, I really think that they'll support him because ideologically they like what he says. So anyway, boy, I drifted off from Haiku Friday, but that does go back to my haiku, what I was trying to say. All right, well, thanks everybody for tuning in to Haiku Friday, either live right now or later at your own convenience to watch. Please, when you think about it, just send me a haiku. You don't, obviously, I just told you, you don't have to think about it very hard, right? Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is the only job I have right now is Haiku Friday, so maybe I should take it a little more seriously. All right. Adios. See you next week.